Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Panthers, in a program built on the backs of legends like Tony Dorsett, Hugh Green, Mark May, and Mike Ditka. Give it the toughness that is epitomized by anyone who plays in the Steel City. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the winners of 9 straight, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Pittsburgh's offense takes the field for the first time today. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Reese. Just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Leaves it with the back. Dances away again. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Looking to scramble. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Now on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
On 3rd down, going up top. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Pitt will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. So the NC State Wolfpack comes out, and they'll have the ball for the first time. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push and just kind of give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got his man on the outside. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. NC State quick to the line. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Fires to the right. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Quickly to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They'll try to snap it quickly. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, the quarterback's patient most of the time. That drag route's going to come open.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's going to pass on second down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He looks that one in nice. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advancing.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Running, oh my goodness, he's still moving. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him
throws toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Well, that score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
No, and the receiver was able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and build the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, and their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
This should be the last play of the quarter. To the ground with the back. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to... open the second period. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He'll come out throwing on first down. Takes the easy completion. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but the sweet going catch is plenty to give him a first down. The Panthers want to move quickly. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we'll get the field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
And the Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll try the run. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Pittsburgh trying to put a touchdown on the board in this red zone trip. Might as well give it to him again. Mark it off as a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Power football with the run. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Pitt. Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of me, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air, getting the touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is trailing right now, but they are not out of this. I remember Rocket Ismail wake up the echoes all by himself. Let's see if this group can come back. They're trailing by just 4 to Illinois. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll start this drive firing. Quickly complete. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. On second down, looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
On the option. Plows through the defense. Creates a little space. Got a lot of running room. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the option. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30+. Running back, and he can make big plays like this. Man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 20. And the tackle was made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, got to get that fixed.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. New set of downs after that completion. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
The give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. He'll bring it out. It's Gaines. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown and get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tackle on before that.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback checking the play. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
That's not an easy throw to hit, I will say. A dagger throw, it takes time to develop. You really got to sell the route, and the quarterback has got to put that in an area and anticipate the throw. Just not on the same page with his receiver on that.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's not afraid to go deep. And that pass intercepted. Takes it the other way. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Pittsburgh. What a fine performance we've seen. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if his ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the north side of Pittsburgh.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Pitt will kick off, ready to get things started here in the third quarter. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to go up top on first down. He's got his man. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
When you play zone coverage, everybody drops back. Everybody has eyes on the quarterbacks. You're not really looking at the wide receivers a lot of times, so they can slip in those little cracks, and the quarterback can really make precise throws. Great job, great play, great throw.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's second down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
Let's see what he can do with it. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Faced with a third and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
It's a nice run there to get the first down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. Here's the handoff. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. To the ground. He's got it again. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Pitt pushing the pace. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Now he's looking to throw it. Buys a little time. He'll pull it down and run. This defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Well, two things I love by the quarterback on that play. One, his ability to flush outside the pocket and make a quick decision. No one's open and I'm taking off and running. And two, get out of bounds. No need to take a big hit. Just save yourself, save the body. Fresh set of downs coming up. Well done.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Zings it complete to the right. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his second of the day. This one from 23. Good, right down the boulevard. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Notre Dame is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. They're trailing by 11 to Illinois. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Got his man downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
It's complete on the right side. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Fast motion from the offense. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes the grab well past the 6. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. They're going to throw it again. Fires one high and deep. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Pittsburgh now has it in the red zone. They'll go to the ground. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up in the fan and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Already in a great spot to kick a field goal. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown would be even better. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2. Hit right back to the line. On 2nd and goal, they give it to him again. See if he's got a nose from the goal line. Touchdown, Panthers. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
He's looking to pass. Can't hit his man in the end zone. The 2-point conversion fails, and it remains a 5-point game here in the 4th. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense...
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, this offense is up against it here. Trailing late in the game, the defense knows they're going to throw the football. 1st down, they get sacked. 2nd down, incompletion. There's no mystery what's happening here. Quarterback's just going to have to make a play on 3rd down.
Oh, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense. Not closing the door completely, but stopping the momentum late in the game when you already got a lead. Nice job, Dave.
You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock, and it will be your friend. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Panthers! That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
the snap, sets up the throw. He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock. Man. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Quarterback just flat missed it, incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Wide open downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to move it through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. This offense has a second down play. He wants to throw it again. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. He's going to pass. Right down the middle. Finds the big tight end. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. 1st and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. They'll go to the air. Into the end zone. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too.
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And you know what? You kind of deserve that. Late in the game where you could run the clock out, still throwing the football all over the yard. Now this game, it's a long shot. Just gave him a little bit of hope.
They're bringing heat. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. And they'll get to the line and spike it and stop the clock. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He wants a big play here late. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Pressure coming. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Comes out throwing on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Pitt pushing the pace. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. On fourth down, looking to pass. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
A strong, methodical, workman-like effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.